Hmm. I need you to stop scrolling right now for 1 second. Because I'm not here to gas you up. And I'm not here to call you out for being lazy, contrary to what you might believe. But it is April of 2026, and everything is extremely high. Eggs are high, rent's high, gas is high, stress is high, expectations are high, but your peace is low. And nobody really talks about that part. They don't talk about budgeting, they talk about discipline, they talk about your mindset, but they don't talk about what it feels like to be carrying everything right here on your shoulders. And it still feels like you're off. Something's off. You're not tired. You don't need a nap, but it's a different kind of tired. And I'm talking about the tire where you sit in your car before you even walk in the house and you just sit there for a second. And it has nothing to do with you being lazy and not wanting to get things done, but you just need a moment to become who everybody expects you to be. So you go from worker to parent to partner to problem solver to the strong one. And then somewhere in all of that, you disappeared. Mm-hmm. True story. See, that is what I call a high performing ghost. See, you're showing up and showing off. You're handling the work life balance. You're doing everything people said you were supposed to do. You did it all. But you're not in your own life anymore. You're just maintaining it. That's the news flash. You have to be honest. How many of you feel like you're doing everything right and it's still off? Like all the way off. Not broken, off. Drop the word off in the comments if you feel exactly what I'm saying. See, I read all the comments in real time. I want to see who I'm actually talking to. So, anyhow, I just want to show you something. See that? See that? Mm-hmm. Look at this. Mm-hmm. This does not become soap by sitting still. It doesn't. It has to react. It has to get hot. It has to go through a phase where it looks like something went wrong, like way left. If you walked in at the wrong moment in this process of me making soap, you would think it failed. It didn't work out. She didn't do it right. But that is the exact moment it's becoming something new. Now, listen, most of you are in that exact phase right now, today in your life, where it feels super messy, where it feels unclear, where it feels like something's off. And I say that a lot because it's true. And instead of staying in it, you step out of it. You go back to what's familiar, back to what feels safe and sound, back to what looks stable. And then you wonder why nothing changes at all. You wonder because you left the process before the transformation even took place. See, you want this life reset without disruption. I know. You want personal growth without discomfort. You want clarity without truth. You're trying to stay composed at all costs while asking life to change for you and around you. That's not how it works. You can't have this huge evolution without being in the heat. So the real question, where in your life are you avoiding the heat right now? Is it work? In your relationship? Is it just being yourself? Drop the word heat in the comments. Look, they will tell you to invest in the stock market while your real life feels like a bill you can't even pay. They will tell you to stay positive. That's all you got to do, stay positive. While your nervous system is exhausted, depleted, they will tell you just push a little harder while you're already running on E. And I say, no, you don't have to do that. Most people are not failing, they're overloaded. Then they blame themselves for being tired. I need to do more. I need to fix myself. I need to just push harder because that's what I was told to do. But no, look, Myss T says you need to see clearly because right now you're using your intelligence, your discipline, your resilience to maintain something that is draining you instead of building. Building something that feeds your soul in a way that you can't explain to anyone. That's the ghost. The ghost. See, people look at Infinite Storefront and they see products. That's all they see. They see them finish, but they don't see the identity shift as things are taking place in real time. They don't see the version of me that had to be uncomfortable making products or my husband making products. The version that had to admit, I don't like the life I built. You didn't see all that. That's the part that I speak on sometimes, but you didn't go through it with me in real time like you are right now from the middle. So let's make this simple. The reason that your life feels off is this: you have high external credibility and low internal credibility. See, your job, it trusts you, your relationships handled, people are still depending on you. But when it comes to you, you hesitate, you delay, you tell yourself, I'll get to it later. I'll get to myself later. And that then in turn creates a gap between who you are living as and who you actually are. And that gap is where frustration in turn lives. That's why you feel stuck, even when you're extremely capable, because I see you. Because your capability is being used everywhere, except where it matters most. I need you to name one thing you told yourself you were going to do and you didn't. Drop the words me down in the comments because I've been in this space before. But it's time for us to learn internal credibility. Look, if you just pulled up and you're new here, my name is Shatica. My friends call me Myss T. And you just entered a gas station and didn't even know it. This is where people pull up empty and they fill up on the truth and they leave different. And once they leave, they realize all gas, no brakes. I talk to people who are not stuck because they're incapable. You're stuck because you've been underutilizing yourself for way too long. And if that hits, drop the word ghost in the comments. Now, I have to say this: money. money. See, it's 2026. And right now, a side hustle isn't optional, it's protection. See, you were taught one income equals stability. No, mm-mm. That's dependency. I experienced that for 20 plus years. See, 20 years of solving problems. That was capital. See, most of you right now have never been told that. You think you need to start over when in reality, you need to repurpose what you already know up here. True story. See, think about it this way. You help people every single day. You help them while you're working. You're helping your family, your friends. Maybe you're helping people in your inner circle. And that right there is value. The problem is you've been giving it away for free. I've done it for years. You've been giving it away for free. Now imagine you turn that one skill into income. And that first 1,000, that's not money. That's your identity. Because now you know, as well as I already knew, that you can create. You're the source. Once you know that, watch how you move differently. You're going to move differently. You sit down and feel uneasy. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's urgent. But you still feel like you should be doing something, right? Something needs to be done. That's not motivation, that's conditioning. That's what happens when productivity becomes your identity. You don't know who you are without someone handling you. So you just stay busy. Not because you need to be busy, you just stay busy because stopping would feel uncomfortable. But you have to ask yourself, when was the last time I sat still? Meaning with no phone, no one yapping in the side of your ear. It's just you still in that moment. If you haven't paused, drop the word pause because I want you to pause right here, right now. Because that way you're setting a boundary. This is me saying, for these 2 minutes, nothing gets access to me. Those are your words to yourself. And if you cannot give yourself 2 minutes, you will never give yourself the life you want. Now we get to the truth of the matter, the truth of it all. You've been waiting, and I'm going to nail it for you clearly. You are waiting for clarity. You're waiting for confidence. You're waiting for the right time to show up for you. How long have you been waiting? At some point, waiting becomes a decision. That's why you feel lost. Not because you don't know what to do or not even when to do it, because you're just not choosing to do it. You already know what you need to do. You have to position yourself to stop postponing it. What is one move you know you need to make today? Drop it in the comments because I watch these in real time. You are the architect. You are the architect of your life. You don't have to start over. You are starting with experience. If the world used you for X amount of time, it's time to build your structure. You've done theirs. Now use the next X amount of time to build yours. I want to encourage you to do that. If you keep waiting, you're still choosing just not intentionally. And from this point forward, success includes you, not later, now. If this kind of conversation actually does something for you and stirs something up inside of you, I want you to stay here. Look, look, who do you see? It's you. Welcome back to yourself. I'll see you in the next one.